Hi, I'm Dr. Mary Barbera, Board-Certified Behavior Analyst and author of the best-selling book, The Verbal Behavior Approach. You might be worried because your child was recently held back or kicked out of preschool or daycare. Or maybe you're just concerned that that might happen if things continue the way they are. I know how that feels because when my son was young, he was in a 2-year-old toddler preschool program, and the staff there started saying mid-year that he was no problem in the classroom, but that he was not engaging with peers like he should. And they were worried about him progressing to the 3-year-old preschool the following year because the ratio of staff to students was going to go up. So there were going to be more kids with less teachers. So they recommended, since he was a summer birthday, that we actually hold him back into the preschool toddler class and remain with the same teacher. They also indicated at that point that they thought that we should get him evaluated because they were concerned about his development. Lucas did go on to get a diagnosis of autism, and that year of him being in the toddler preschool was a year where I should have taken more action. I was really hesitant to even think about the possibility of autism. But I do see families struggling with this, and it's not always autism. In fact, most of the time it's not autism, even if a child does not progress to the next classroom or even gets kicked out of preschool. But parents all over the United States and even the world are struggling because why are their children not keeping up with their typically developing peers? And more importantly, what you can do about it. So I wrote this 4 or 5 page action guide, which you can download right below this video. It's called, Is It Autism, ADHD, or Typical Toddler Tantrums? 3 steps you can take today instead of worrying. The 3 steps mentioned in the book in a lot more detail are these. Number 1, you need to know what the milestones are of typically developing kids of your child's age. So if you have a 2-year-old, or if you have a 15-month-old, or you have a 3-year-old, the best place that I have found is the CDC website, which lists typical development milestones. This is in the area of language and social skills, but also in the area of physical development. So if you're worried that your infant is not pulling themselves up when they should, or rolling over, or standing up, or if you're worried about your 2-year-old, should they be putting 2 and 3 words together? How should they be interacting with peers? Should they still be on parallel play or interacting more? So the link is within the action guide below of the CDC milestones. So you need to know the milestones, compare where your child is at, and if there are delays, you need to take the next step, which is to contact your child's doctor and make a sick visit. Most people don't think of making sick visits for developmental concerns, but this is where I'd start. It's also really wise to get an early intervention evaluation, to get standardized testing done free of charge in the United States, so that you can see standardized testing methods to compare your child's development with typical development and see what areas are of concern and how far they are delayed. And finally, the 3rd step in my action guide is to start to learn more about applied behavior analysis, or ABA therapy, because that remains the most proven therapy for children with autism and related disorders. So don't let people tell you that, oh, it's just a mild case of autism, they don't need ABA, or they're too high functioning for ABA, or that your child just has ADHD, they wouldn't benefit from ABA, because the fact is that every child would benefit from ABA therapy, and there are techniques that you can learn to do in your home without paying or driving your child anywhere. So Hopefully you have found this short video blog helpful, and I would encourage anyone interested in more information to click the link right below for my free toddler guide. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you next week on the video blog.